The Toymaker waited in his jack-in-the-box. He was thinking over his defeat at the hands of the Split Doctors. They had outplayed him many times before, but this time seemed too easy. Why? He looked into his past, being trapped at the bottom of Blackpool for millennia, his world being destroyed when the Doctor won the Trilogic game, and his defeat that came at his confusion during Murder in the Dark. Each and every victory came from witty thinking on things he had not accounted for. Not having a scanner in his games to check if the voice came from the person it belongs to. Not expecting the Doctor to escape and take his holoprojector to imprison him. The Doctor confusing him so he couldn't destroy his veil before he and his companions escaped. Why did this always happen? And why did he lose fair and square in a game, and this time suffer the consequences? It had driven him mad prior to his long-awaited meeting with the Doctor once more. His personality had crumbled trying to figure out a perfect way to defeat the Doctor. He changed his roles, and rumours started spreading through the Pantheon that he was just a boy who never grew up, although his past was much, much grander. And another rumour circulated that he could control atoms, although again that was wrong, as he had mastery over reality. It then dawned on the Toymaker. In an attempt to place the Doctor in the perfect game, he had made it easier for him to win. He made his rules more flexible, having to play by the rules and be forced into a game. He made his rules so that his powers were gifted to the victor of the game for one use, all out of ignorance while trying to craft the perfect game. The Toymaker waited, thinking what he could do, while the very thing that allowed him to enter the strangely reinforced rules of the universe now binded him. He could still call out. Yes, that was what he would do. Call out to his past self. Unlike his prison in Blackpool, where his powers were trapped inside the prison, and so stopped him from teleporting out, he could still send telepathic messages through time and space. After all, the Doctor had once accused him of creating the time-space vortex, only for him to reveal that he has not only created it, but was the time-space vortex. The telepathic message he sent was brief but enough. He waited a year for it to be answered, until one day, in the dark of the jack-in-the-box, a mandarin appeared. Mounted on top of the mandarin was a narrow distinctive face, aged hair, and resting neatly on his hair was a mandarin hat. "You called?" the mandarin asked. "Yes, I did," the Toymaker confirmed. He explained his situation to the mandarin. The mandarin calmly thought. The Toymaker felt a sense of relief. He forgot how much he missed his old personality, how much he preferred his old rules. The mandarin spoke at last. "You must return to my mind. My rules. You joined a pantheon, created legions, and in doing so forgot what brought you to your fan." The mandarin spoke softly. His voice was friendly, but with clear, malevolent intent behind the friendly mask. "And how shall that be done?" the Toymaker asked. The mandarin replied, "I shall erase your mind. You will feel a momentary sense of emptiness and confusion. I shall then rewrite your mind, transferring everything in mine to yours," the mandarin explained. "Do it," the Toymaker commanded. And so the mandarin began. The Toymaker felt his knowledge, his powers, his mind slip away. If he wanted to resist it, he could. But he needed his old personality, knowledge, powers, rules back. He needed healing from his madness. His enjoyment of spice up your life, puppet shows, and games on his own slowly faded into nothing. When his old mind returned, his thoughts on those things were of disgust or displeasure. Outside the box in the bottom of Unit HQ, a flash of light occurred. Emerging from the light was Salt, and as the light came to the and as the light came to a stop, the box opened and the Toymaker sprung out. The last remnant of his madness went with that spring. He landed on the floor, now in a blue tunic outlined in gold. The Mandarin emerged from the Jack-in-the-Box, hands clasped in front of him, and calmly walked towards the Toymaker. "Has your mind of the past returned?" the Mandarin asked. "Yes," the Toymaker said, his voice now sharing the same soft, friendly tone with malevolent intent behind it. "Good, I must leave you now. But if you wish to defeat the Doctor, you must create a game yourself. A game he is forced to lose. A game where the consequences will catch up to him. We cannot repeat what we did at Blackpool," the Mandarin told him. The Toymaker gave a gentle nod before the Mandarin turned, walked off and faded, disappearing. The Toymaker's path was set. He understood what he had to do now. He understood where his path lay. His calm mind returned, his madness showman-like elements gone, and his old rules were renewed. Lose and you become his toy forever. Win and his realm is destroyed with you in it. Cheat and he calls forfeit. Refuse to play and you lose by default. And most importantly, the bending of the rules, so that he wins no matter what. The Toymaker clasped his hands in front of him. He dropped the projection he placed over his old face. The narrow face of the Mandarin took shape, and he dropped his sound wave manipulation. He projected a new body over his old, and controlled the sound waves to match his new appearance. He was almost ready to play the Pantheon as an exercise, almost ready to play his legions as a warm-up, and after that he'd be ready to face the Doctor. But first, he needed a toy room.